So let's start. First of all, good morning, everyone. And I would like to welcome you to this first webinar related to Open Call 1 of SusRur projects. This is the first one from this series. We will have another one on the 5th of June, but we will talk about it next. First of all, I would like to inform you that this session is being recorded and we will make the recording available on our social media platforms and website afterwards. And the goal of this webinar is to present you very briefly the project, the open call, overall information, give some and give you some information about the accelerator program. And after that, we will have a question and answer session. And if you want to put your questions, please use the chat box and write your question, and we will read it out loud and try to clarify and answer to your question. This is very important. And I think we can start the first part of the project. So the three people that will present this open call, this webinar, will be Zanetta, the coordinator, myself from F6S, and Asetila, that will present the accelerator program. And I will give the floor to Zanetta to present the project.
So thank you very much, Daniel, and hello to everyone. It's a great pleasure to introduce our project to wider society, and I hope it will be high interest on this possibility, because to recover tourism and make it sustainable after COVID is one of the important things, and this is a very nice opportunity. And first of all, not going into details of this funding, because you will hear about this later on, but I would like to introduce the team which will work in this project. So you see, we are quite diverse team. And we, Institute of Environmental Engineering from Kaunas University of Technology, Lithuania, we are coordinators, but we have coordinators, but we have very nice team, very enthusiastic team from other countries. And we have the Entrepreneurship Support Foundation from Greece. We have the Espacio, Tormaleo, or Upstart from Spain. We have a Koestinger Consulting from Austria, and we have association, sorry not to pronounce it right in Romanian, but the Romanian team maybe also introduce this. So Harghita from Romania, and our coordinators for funding platform is F6S from Dublin, Ireland. So you see, we have very nice team with very good competences and tourism and sustainability. So we hope to share our experiences and also to invite teams and experts from all over Europe to help you to get the competences and to get the chance to improve your activities and to get new ideas for your business development. So you see that we have the duration. We start our project on the 1st of January this year, and we work for another 3 years together until the end of the year 2025. And budget is mainly devoted to small and medium companies. So as I mentioned in the very beginning, it's a very good opportunity for you to use this chance and to get the new experiences, new ideas for your business development and network expansion. Next slide, please. So the main aim of the project, it's, as I mentioned, to provide the networking and support for tourism SMEs. And if you look to the call documents which are presented on our webpage, you will find this NACE codes, which what kind of companies can participate in our calls. And of course, I should say that there will be the 5 regions selected for this participation in this project. So we really devoted to enhance your sustainability practice, to foster all sustainability activities in quite systematical approach, and also to give the tools for rising your competitiveness and to be able to make more and more advanced innovations in your everyday lives, or even looking for new technologies, services, and business models. And we believe that you will get very nice chance to expand your businesses, and also to look to the tourism capacity in your regions in a much more wider angle. So next slide, please. Yes, so maybe reading from the very beginning, it sounds not very clear when you're reading the first description of the call, but we definitely are ready to answer to all your questions, and really to encourage you to participate and invest in the second open calls of our project, because we believe that it's a very good tool to increase your awareness and capacity to learn what kind of tools and services are introduced in other regions in order to deal with the consequences which were faced by COVID-19. And we believe that this will help you to develop sustainable business models and help to recover from this situation, which was quite difficult, I think, not only for tourism, but tourism companies, but especially for this sector and other sectors which are service providers and related to you. So the competences in business model development, knowledge, theoretical and practical things. So it's really good choice if you join our project, and we hope that by the end of the project, getting this knowledge, ideas, and even certification, you will have the good chance to compete on European level, and because we have this kind of remote areas, but you definitely will have the support and to increase your competitiveness, not in your situation. So the next slide, please. Yes, so as I mentioned in the very beginning, there will be the 2 calls, and it's a very good possibility for you to choose one or the other. And as you see, we are planning to finance or to provide a support to 100 small and medium companies. And in the first part, which is started recently, and you probably read about this call. So we are really encouraging to participate, and for 60 small and medium companies, and you will get the 6,000 euro for your acceleration for your activities, which can give you good and innovative knowledges, and you will get possibility to have a mentorship on sustainable tourism. But I think Asetila, she will provide you quite detailed information on that. She's really good, and we are really happy to have Asetila and Koestinger company on board for this open call. And next slide, please. The vision is of this project. It's of course we will have this idea to help and to foster small and medium companies to look more deep into the sustainability innovation in new business models. So to collaborate, because tourism is of course partly local, but we would like to have this more collaboration in between 5 our participating regions, so exchange the experiences and to exchange the ideas. So of course there is a possibility not only for the selected, but maybe other companies which will not get this financing to join our lectures, our possibilities to provide the knowledge and maybe exchange of practices. So I think sharing and this information and for more wider auditorium, I think it would be good, because this idea is expand this possibilities after the finalization of our project as well. And the next slide, please. So we have the really specific objective. So you see, we have this concentration on rural and remote areas, SMEs. And as I mentioned, also we will not only provide the support, financial support, but also we will measure how successful this financial support and knowledges will act for you to improve, to get more tourists, to get more ideas. So we definitely will have this monitoring framework for this project, and also promotion for cross-sectoral and cross-regional innovation. And of course, as usual, some of the companies, maybe they are feeling that they are competing, but in our case, we would like to have this collaboration, exchanging of even information about their services, about the innovation, attract most tourists from different regions. That would be very important, and also to improve the knowledge about your region, about the specific traditions, specific objects in your region which maybe are not very well, let's say, advertised on the general level of the country. So we really would like to have all this sharing of information using platforms and exchange of information of our project. And the next slide, please. Of course, many of you are experts in your field. You started your activities, but we believe that this new information, this new knowledge, new maybe approaches and methodology will help a lot for capacity building and expanding your view to the tourism services. And we definitely believe that continuous improvement of your services and ideas would act really in a good way. So what we see that we jointly will formulate the strategy for sustainable tourism and share this information not only in those 5 regions, but much more wider. And you will be like a lighthouses for many sustainable tourism businesses in partner countries and EU and even wider worldwide regions. And I think the last slide will be, yes. So what is important right now? So we have this call and we just started, and it will act until the 4th of July. And but time flies very fast, and it's very important to understand and to apply and to use this opportunity to learn and to how to say, to hear from the high-level experts and mentors how you can improve your activities and businesses. So this is the like a main goal of the first call of the first open call. You will have the second, but maybe I will not maybe concentrate on this in this webinar on the second, but for you just to know that we will have the second one as well. So next slide, please. Yes, and that I think it's I give this.
I think I can go on.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I present the open.
So in case you will, some of the participants will have questions to us as a project coordinators. So we are really open to, we are really ready to answer your questions, or now or after you saw this record of this webinar. So I hope we will have very nice collaboration and you will use this opportunity, sure. So thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much, Zaneta. So giving you a brief presentation about the open call, and if I may, I will return to the previous slides. And the main goal of this first open call and the 2 open calls is, as Zaneta mentioned, to build up capacity of SMEs working on the tourism sector on the 5 regions and make them more able to tackle inherent challenge of tourism SMEs, as I said, from these 5 rural and remote areas of Europe that are facing similar challenge. And this is why we have identify and together this consortium to try to help them tackle this challenge. The awarded applicants will develop their sustainability and innovative practice and strategies while providing tools and skills to strengthen their competitiveness in the post-COVID-19 scenario. These are the main goal of these open calls. And the call follows 4 principles that everyone should know. So all proposals will be evaluated on the excellent basis. So you should present high quality proposals that are aligned with the context of the topics and criteria set on the guide for applicants. Secondly, transparency. So all decisions are based on clear described and rules and procedures, and you can find them on the documentation kit related to this open call, and everyone will receive adequate feedback on the outcome of the evaluation. So everyone that are applying to these open calls will receive at the end the evaluation summary report highlighting if your proposal was selected or not to be funded under this project. fairness and impartiality. So all proposals will be treated as equally and based on their merits only. So regardless of the origin or identity of the applicants, your proposal will be evaluated according to its merits. And confidentiality. Of course, this is a very important aspect. All proposals and related data, knowledge, and documents are treated in confidentiality, and only the consortium members will have access to these data. Even not all consortium members, just the ones that are involved in the evaluation process. In terms of target applicants, we are in this open call one targeting 60 SMEs working on the tourism sector on these 5 rural and remote areas, such as Asturias in Spain, Western Macedonia in Greece, Harghita in Romania, Lithuania in Lithuania, and Stericus Vulcanland, Austria. Sorry if I did pronounce it correctly. And that are willing to learn and upscale their skills with sustainability and innovative practice. This is very important, and all applicants must show ambition, innovation, and a positive impact in the tourism sector under the region they are implementing their project. So this is important. You must show ambition and innovation. You have to present a innovative business idea, and that has a relevant impact on the area that you are implementing your project. In terms of timeline, this open call will be open for 4 months. It already started on the beginning of this month and will close on the 4th of July at 5 p.m. Central Eastern Summer Time, sorry. And we will, besides this open call, this webinar one, we will have another one on the 5th of June. All these dates are indicative, so if for some reason we have to change, you will be informed in advance, of course. And after this submission call is closed, we will proceed with the eligibility check, see everything is okay with your proposal, and if it's okay and is considered eligible, we will be assigned to an external and internal evaluator. During this evaluation process, they will score your proposal. And after that, there will be a consensus meeting between internal and external experts to rank all the applications and try to give a consensus score to your proposals. After that, we will send, as I said, the evaluation summary report to all applications, highlighting if your proposal was accepted or not, and the reason, and specifying the strengths and weakness of your proposals. And we believe that we will kick off the implementation of this open call one on the 25th of July, but this, as I said before, is only an indicative date, and if for some reason we need to extend a little bit these dates, you will be informed beforehand. In terms of support that we will receive by applying to this open call, the first one is a lump sum up to 6,000 euros per project. Beside this prize money or this financial support that we will receive, we are also giving access to training and capacity building and resource. This is something that we'll present next, related to the Accelerator program, tutorials, mentors, and webinars. And also you will have access to a networking and connection with key ecosystem stakeholders. This is also very important, and we believe that this something that could benefit all applications that are coming and that are applying to this open call. The SusRur Accelerator program is valued 5K per SME plus 1K for sustainability certification schemes. This will be under a lump sum scheme that you need to, and this will present later, but you need to, there are 3 checkpoints to achieve, and you will receive the money according to the capacity that you showed, and you should and demonstrate that you are able to finalize each one of them. And to be eligible to access the program, you have to sign a sub-grant agreement with the consortium. And now I will pass the floor to our colleague Asetila from Koestinger that will present the accelerator program.
Hello from my side also. My name is Asetila Koestinger, and I'll go through the accelerator program now shortly with you. So the Sustainable Tourism Accelerator program is a 5-month program that helps small and medium tourism businesses, tourism enterprises from the selected regions in order to design and validate a new business idea, and to do this fast, like a startup. Because sustainable business is smart business. And also small businesses can not only save money, so to make more profit, but also do something good for the people on planet. But while everybody is talking about sustainability, where do I start is the most question small businesses have. So exactly that's what we'll do on the accelerator. We will guide the participants step by step, how from an idea. So how can I take this idea, sustainable idea, to make it a business idea and implement it in my business, small business. The participants will be guided step by step through different labs, exercises, and activities that will enable them to think outside the box when they create their own products or services that are innovative and sustainable. So the accelerator is divided in 3 main phases, and phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. And then there are 7 labs, live labs, we call them. The live labs are workshop sessions that are interactive and engaging. All the labs will be brought to the participants in English, and they will be recorded and shared afterwards. We use here a methodology called experiential learning. That means you learn something and then you experience, or you'll immediately use it in your business, what you have learned. So let's start with phase 1. Phase 1 has 3 labs: discover, ideate, and define. So what we will do in each of them. And the first lab, in the Discover Lab, the participants will explore the sustainable impact models that exist in tourism already through inspiring examples of innovative rural tourism businesses around the world. Here we'll also talk about the SDGs. We will talk about reducing the carbon footprint, promoting biodiversity, waste management, saving water, diversity in a team, and many, many more impact ideas and impact models that your company can do to help the planet, but also the people. In Lab 2, in the Ideate Lab, the teams will be challenged to develop their own sustainable business idea. So now you say, I would like to develop this business for my small business, but I don't know where to start. And from there, they'll start to create innovative solutions that will add value to the customers, but also that the customers are willing to pay for. So this idea will build, then we'll start with this idea, and then we will follow this idea in the coming months. Then each team will work on this further. The Lab 3 then is the Define Lab. So in this lab, the participants will use the Lean Canvas or the business model canvas, and they will build on this idea they had a business model around it to turn it one day into functioning business. Additionally, they will design a competition analysis in order to gain insights fast from the current market and put themselves ahead of the competition. At the end of these 3 labs, we'll have a checkpoint. So the first checkpoint, and at the end of this checkpoint, the companies, the participating companies, small businesses will have delivered already a lean canvas. After, of course, getting also support from their mentors and coaches that will be also added to the program. Then we have phase 2. So in phase 2, we will have 2 labs. It will be the lab of validate and the lab of develop. At the Validate Lab, participants will discover other innovative ways to interact with their customers and to learn how to divide them into groups. We believe that trying to sell to everybody, you're selling to nobody. So that's why the first aim will be to solve a problem that customers have and they are willing to pay for to solve it. So they will divide the customers into customer segments. We'll learn to design unique personas that reflects their target audience, their needs, their interests, their pains, and their gains. While we explore then the advantage of the beachhead market. We'll learn all this. Don't worry. If you don't know some of the words, we'll go through each of them step by step. Finally, we'll test different hypotheses, and these hypotheses we'll test through pilot customers that are early adopters for products and services, and they'll gain valuable insights on how to best move forward in creating compelling solutions for their clients. In Lab 5 now, we have so far that we will develop a minimum viable product or a first prototype. The first prototype could be a website, marketplace, platform, whatever. We'll try that after all which have done and validated so far, the participants develop this first prototype for the idea. Well, we come now at the checkpoint 2. So at this point, the checkpoint 2, the deliverables to be prepared and delivered by the companies will be developed MVP, so minimum viable product, or a prototype or a wireframe, of course, after consulting previously with the mentors. Now we come to phase 3. Phase 3 involves two further labs. The first one is integrate. That means now I have this idea, I have developed a business concept to it. How can I integrate it to my existing business? And how can I do this with attaching to it a sustainable marketing strategy, so responsible marketing that captures herds of customers and imaginations, but without ending in greenwashing. So we'll also involve other potential parts here, like financial plans, funding strategies. So how communicate it right to the possible investors or angels or banks, so that they believe in them and they finance this idea. And the lab number 7 is the lab Shine. So at this time, the participants will learn how to pitch this idea. So they have developed now very long this idea, and then now how is possible to present it in a short time to potential investors, to banks, to customers, to potential partners, and shine through doing it. They'll learn storytelling and they'll learn how to put this in a short amount of time. The third checkpoint is obviously the investor pitch, and this is the ability to present 3 minutes after each consulting with mentors. If you have questions, I'll be also available for questions later. Can you go to the next slide, please? Yes, here. So what do you gain from this program? First, 5 months time to build and reinforce your business capabilities. So you'll come with idea, and at the end, we'll validate this business idea together. Credibility and recognition by experts from the ENU project. You will also get a participation certificate, so you'll get recognized of doing this project with us. Up to 6,000 lump sum funding per each SME. You'll develop new skills, new innovative skills, how to design fast ideas. You'll work in teams. We expect you to come in teams. So up to 3 people per company can participate. And you'll design innovative solutions. You'll have access to wider networks and expert and peers. Of course, the most learning will also happen between peer to peer, so between each other. You learn from us, we'll learn from you, but you learn from each other a lot. And networking opportunities. Because we will have a lot of networking activities while we'll travel, and we'll meet also each other in different countries. Next slide. So yeah, the 3 checkpoints already mentioned a bit. So after the first 3 labs, we'll have the developed link canvas, the checkpoint 2, the prototype, and the checkpoint 3, the investment pitch. I think, yeah, I'll give the floor to my colleagues. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to your questions.
Thank you very much. So moving on, now we will try to give you some information about how to apply to this application. And the first step, there are mainly 3 steps. And the first step is to check the open call documentation kit that you can access by clicking on the link showing the screen. So we recommend all the time, first thing that you need to do is to read carefully the guide for applicants and understand the challenge, the topics, the regions, if we are funding SMEs, if we are funding teams, if we are funding public administration office or others. So this is very important to check every time before applying to open call or a funding program. Secondly, you have to go to F6S portal and submit your application form directly there. So you should click on the link here, and I will show you briefly how to do it. And this is very straightforward. You go there and fill out the application form and answer the questions that there are there. And the step 3 are, these ones. So besides the application form that you have to reply directly there, you have to upload 3 files with you. The first one is the pitch video, a 2 to 3 minutes pitch video in English, where you have to show briefly and present and summarize your application form briefly and try to use it like an elevator pitch and be able to present your company, your proposal, and why it's important to be funded. So you should focus mainly on these 3 aspects when you are preparing this 2 to 3 minute speech video. Don't worry if it's not perfect. You will receive during the accelerator program new techniques. You will receive some information how to improve your pitch skills. But the goal here is to have your application in a 2-3 minutes presentation. Besides that, you need to provide some financial statements, past and provisionals. You should use the templates available on the documentation kit. And here, what we want to do is to see that you are not a company in difficulties in terms of financial, and to see if we can support you and under this open call. And finally, you need to submit a declaration of SME status, fill it in and sign it. This template is also available in our application, in the open call website page. So it's very easy. You go there and download it. After that, you need to fill in, sign it, and upload directly in the application form. And there is an extra template, the declaration of honor, that you need to sign it if you are selected for funding. So this is something that you need to be aware. At this stage, you just need to check a box in the application form, letting us know that you will sign this declaration of honor if your project is selected. Now I will show you the application form very quickly. I believe everyone can see. Please, if someone could let me know if you are seeing my screen or not. I believe yes. Okay, thank you very much. So by clicking on that link, as you can see, apply link. So you click there, and if you have an account, you will be directly to this page. If not, you have to create an account. It's very straightforward. There is 3 ways to register in F6S platform. If you have already a LinkedIn or Facebook account, you can link it to the F6S portal. If not, you have to use your email and create a new account. We can show you after if there is some doubts, and we can make a video showing how to do it. After that, this form or this open call is for SMEs. So you have to have a company page. If you don't have a company page, and as you can see, I create one just for test. you have to create one. And this is only what you need to do is to give a name to our company page. And after that, you are free to go and are good to go with the application form. The application form is divided mostly in 3 parts. The first part is related to administrative form, where you have to give us some details about your entity, and also you have to identify the contact person information, the one that will be contacted if your proposal is selected. So this is very important. All these fields are mandatory, as you can see. And after that, you have to give us information about your application, about your proposal, divided in 5 sections. The first one is about contacts and alignment with the SusRur program. The next one, you need to show us the business the innovation or business idea that you have, and how you want to implement under this program. The team behind the project. You need to also give us some feedback about ambitions and how you expect to exploit the results from this program. And after that, you need to give us some information about how you will implement your proposal, your project. As I said, you have to upload 3 files together with this application form. It's very easy. You just need to choose a file, select the file that you want to upload, and it's done. If you want to access the templates for the financial information and declaration of SME status, you just need to click here and you will have directly access to the templates. You just need to download it, fill in, and after that, upload here. And the final part is about security and permission. This is very straightforward and normally used in the calls funded by the Commission. And as I said before, you need, in terms of declaration of honor, right now you need only to click here and agree to sign it if your proposal is selected. And after that, you click submit your application. If for some reason some field is not completed, you will receive an alert saying that you cannot submit your application without filling all the information needed to this application. Moving on, now we would like to do a brief exercise and see if your proposal, or if you are eligible or not to submit a proposal under this call. The first one that you need to ask yourself is that my company is SME, legally established. So this is the first question that you have to make yourself. After that, you need to identify and see if you are working in the tourism sector under one of these following NASA's class. And if you want more information about it, you have here a link where you can find it more. And if yes, please go on. And if you are working or implementing the project in one of the 5 regions identified before. Next one, you need to check if you have complete and fulfilled correctly the application form on the F6S form. You need to check as well if all your documents and video were submitted in English. This is an opportunity funded by the European Commission, so this is mandatory for us to have this part all in English, because experts that are selected to evaluate your proposal cannot understand, probably may not understand other language, so we need to make this understandable to everyone. So English is mandatory at this stage. If you have selected only if you have submitted only one application, and if you, for some reason, has submitted more than one application, the one that will be considered to the evaluation process is the last one that you have submitted. All the others will be considered non-eligible. And if you have submitted, of course, your proposal during the call submission stage, this is very straightforward to confirm. If you are submitting before or after the deadline, the open call submission stage, you will not have access to it. So if you can see the application form and click on the application and submit your application form, you are within this stage. So you are good to go. And finally, check if all the criteria that are identified in the guide for applicants are according to your proposal. So those are the checklists that you need to do to confirm if you are an eligible applicant to this call. And this is the second exercise that we would like to do with you. Is there are some frequent asked questions that normally we receive under these type of calls. And the first one that is very straightforward, it's very simple, is if I am from an SME rural region in the EU other than the 5 region reference before, can I apply? No, so only SMEs working and established in these regions are eligible under this program. And there is here an example. If I am a SME working in the tourism in the rural region in Spain, in Catalonia, for instance, can I apply? No, as I said, so only companies, SMEs working on the tourism sector in these 5 regions are eligible to apply to this call. Another question that normally comes in are related to another administrative body. So if I'm not an SME, can I apply? No, only SMEs legal established can apply to this open call. So this is only for SMEs. And how do I know if my SME tourism activity is eligible? You just need to check the NACE classes. So there is here a link as well if you need to check, and if you are under all these classes, you are good to go and you can apply, of course, if you are in the region, if you are established in working on one of the 5 regions, and if you are an SME. And moving on, can I submit several projects to the open call? As I said before, you can submit multiple applications, but only the last one will be taken into consideration for the evaluation process. All the others will not be considered. So if we suggest and recommend you just to submit one to ease this process. And for some reason you have submitted your proposal and you want to change something, that's possible if it is done before deadline. You just need to contact us and informing us by email that you want to proceed to a change on your application form. And after that, we will reopen your process. But you need to give us this information by email. And finally, I believe, what are the criteria to be evaluated? So we will evaluate 5 criteria here: concept and innovation, business team and ambition. And this will be taking in consideration the information that you provide during the section 1 to 5 on the application form. All these parts will be scored from 1 to 5, and all these criteria has the same weight on the final score. So this will be an average. Your final score will be between 1 to 5. And each one of these criteria has the same weight on the final score. And your proposal will be evaluated by external and internal experts. And that's it. Now I think we can open the session to questions and answers if the audience have one. I can see that there is one. I will quickly read. Can a tourism agency created by a municipality participate in this first call? This is a very good question. I don't know if someone from my colleagues would like to answer this question.
In fact, it's we decided to consult with our project officer from European Commission because we are getting similar questions from other regions as well. So we had a meeting with our project officers just after this meeting, this webinar. So we will provide, I think, this answer and clarification and in our list of the questions which we are already introduced by Daniel. So you definitely will find this answer by the end of the day today.
Okay, thank you very much, Aneta. Someone would like to add more information about this question? So far, this was this is the only question that we have in the question and answer chat box. Please, if you have a question, feel free to write one here, and we'll be glad to answer and try to clarify your doubts and concerns about this open call. If there isn't any questions from the audience, I think we are 10 minutes after the time that we established for this webinar. There is something in the chat. Let me check here very quickly. Okay, thank you. There is only a comment from my colleagues. And if you have any questions, of course, you are free to send us. I'm trying to find, here is the slide. So if you have any question regarding this open call, please contact us to this email, contact@susrur.eu email, and we will try to give you feedback and try to answer your questions and doubts as soon as possible. And if you have also questions and you think that we will also recommend you to check the frequently asked questions document that is on the documentation kit as well. But you are free to ask your questions and send your doubts to this email, of course, and we will try to answer very quickly and give you update regarding these regarding your questions. If there isn't any questions, I think we can close this webinar. I would like to thank you, my colleagues. I would like to also thank you all participants to attend this webinar. We hope that we clarified briefly present the project, the open call, the accelerator program, the benefits of applying to this application, to this call. You should expect some activities inside from our partners located on the regions. So be tuned to our social media and website for more information about next activities promoted by the project to disseminate and communicate this opportunity in your regions. And if there is no further questions, I believe I will end this webinar. Thank you all for your time. and I would like to give you a great day and rest of the week as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, and hope to see you on the call.
Thank you. Bye-bye, and hope to see you at the Accelerator program.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.